We're hype. How's everyone doing today? Gully, how are you?
Landon,
Tommy?
I would really appreciate
Oh,
it.
we're good.
if
I'm
you
just getting
stopped
depressed
playing-
watching you.
I would really appreciate it if you stopped playing the Black Ops 3 beta in the middle of the
Well, I
stream.
can't just rage quit. That wouldn't be right.
Bro.
Do I need to DDoS you?
What? Did you just say that on stream, Gully?
Possibly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone's enamored by my
pop
game.
Landon's IP later.
I just rage quitted because you made me.
Thank you.
All
The
right.
heck's up
Well,
to my
Turn
lighting?
your camera around so we can see your beautiful face.
hello, everyone. That was weird. Transition. There we go.
I think we should
Oh,
start by showing
hold
your top.
What is it?
Show your top.
My top? You mean my shirt?
That is really
Shirt.
wrong. Out
It's a
context.
shirt. It's not
My
a top, bro.
t-shirt?
Oh,
you
t-shirt.
It's pink wall. You gotta support the pink wall, of course.
There you go.
What's your guys' attire? Gully, I can't see you. What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing my STiKS Live shirt, my blue one.
Oh, wow.
And it's
Well,
very pretty. I love it.
And Tommy's wearing Hollister. All right.
Great,
Middle schoolers.
Great promotion. Great esports promotion, Tommy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, we were all we were all in middle school at one time, you know.
Woo!
Shots.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just-
just- yeah.
JK.
Nah, you're right. I've had this for ages. I need to buy
I wear
some clothes.
Hollister. What is your guys' favorite clothing brand?
Oh,
You have one?
Old Navy.
Oh my god.
I
you
only
might
buy.
be elementary.
I'm very cheap with what I buy. So.
I can respect that. No, I literally haven't bought. I've really properly spent money on clothes in a good year or two.
Yeah, definitely.
Hence this beautiful thing.
Have you been wearing that since middle school, Tommy? Let's be
Yes.
honest. Okay.
Yes, I don't even know where middle school is, but yes.
It's like the before high school, like the one right
Yeah, but
before
how
high school.
old? How old are you at middle school?
Well, like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit older, but yeah. You get,
Fifth grade to eighth grade, right?
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
Well, he is
no
different.
idea.
I know, but I'm just trying to think mentally. Landon, come on.
Does anyone know how old you are?
Yeah,
when-
anyone in the chat know how old you are when you go to middle school? I think my sister's going to middle school this year.
this show's taking a
You should
U-turn.
ask her.
Yeah.
Can you go ask her really quick for us?
I'll just ring her up right now.
No, go ahead.
Just call
Yeah,
her.
ring her on stream. Yeah.
Because every 8-year-old has a telephone now, so
Telephone? I'm pretty sure it's called a cell phone.
telephone.
They just walk around with like one of those massive. Yes, hello.
Just taking the cable with you.
Oh man. Okay, so we're on a great path to a fantabulous show today, aren't we?
We are. For those who don't know, and we don't even know either, where Kingdom is. I mean, your guess is as good as ours. We have no idea where he is right now.
Yeah.
He might be playing the beta. He might be doing something. I'm checking my friends list really quick. He's playing.
Yeah. As a scumbag does.
See
He's not playing right now.
Okay.
So I don't know where he is.
Hopefully
but if
he's
you guys want
okay.
to contact him, if you guys want to tweet at him, say, "Hey, the STiKS Live is live right now, and you're not on the show. Where the heck are you?" Feel free because we have no problem with that.
Yeah,
so.
would really appreciate it too.
Absolutely. So I think what we're going to do to start the show, how we normally do, kind of give our intros, your affiliations in the community. You can make it as long or as short as you want to. Give us a nice one-liner. Give us a joke. That's always welcome. And then we'll answer the question of the week shortly after. So I'm going to start off with Tommy to give his intro with his nice Hollister shirt. Then I'll move on to Goalie.
Yeah.
So,
So affiliations. I'm obviously affiliated with Hollister. I'm seeing in the chat that what was it? I think is it middle school is like apparently 11 to 13-year-old or something, or six to 8th grade is 11 to 13-year-olds apparently. Whatever. So yeah, I'm obviously affiliated with Hollister. I'm also affiliated with the No Beta Foundation. What supports people that don't have the beta for Black Ops 3. That is me.
Oh, no. We'll talk about this in a minute.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have a little surprise.
Goalie, make sure to put that song in a little bit
I
here.
will. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we're good. We're good
Okay.
to go. So.
But yeah, that's
Tommy.
what you really need to know about me. I'm your
You make
friendly
YouTube
ginger who
videos,
wears
right?
Hollister, apparently.
Make
Apparently.
YouTube videos.
Do you make YouTube videos, Tommy? Do you post them on the internet?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
cool.
For middle school people to watch.
For middle schoolers.
For middle
So you
Schoolers.
covered.
Tire, I guess you could say. Goalie.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name's Goalie TV. I run a little thing on the internet called COD Esportspedia, the largest Call of Duty esports database on the web.
I like how he says a little thing, and then he says the largest.
It's
all
the
time.
biggest.
Well, we're
World
still
Wide Web.
technically a small company, but we got the largest database, so
Whatever.
that's how I see it. But yeah, Twitch streamer, because that's fun to do. And I produce the STiKS here every. Actually, I don't know what days we stream on consistently. We don't have a stream schedule at the very moment because we're thinking about changing some stuff up.
Yeah.
But we're not totally sure what we're doing. So
should we kind of say like what we're thinking of based on date wise?
No, not yet, because
No?
we still really
soon.
don't even know.
We'll keep them waiting.
Yeah.
I try to tell everyone, but no one really cared.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Maybe we'll be live next Monday. Maybe we won't. Follow us on Twitter at the STiKS Live so you guys can stay up to date on all of our
Maybe we'll be live.
all of our streams.
Maybe we won't. It's a secret. Follow me to find out.
I want followers.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that the end of your?
That's it, Mr.
thing?
Landiano, Mistiano,
Alright, guys.
Landiano, Calrisiono,
Hello, everyone.
Masticioso.
My name is Landon, aka Lando Calrissian, as people who like to call me that call me that. I make YouTube videos. I don't stream. I will be later today, probably. I cast. I do a lot of things in the community. I post stuff about rosters. I go to events, and it's a fun time. It's a good life, I guess.
Party
I
in
guess
your
you could say.
house.
It's a party in my pants. What?
I have a question, because you said you don't stream, but you'll be streaming later today.
I said I don't normally stream.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say I don't normally stream, but I will be today, most likely. Hopefully. If I don't, tweet at me, and follow me, and we'll find out if I'm live or not. That's how it's gonna work.
Wow, that's selfless promotion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I didn't say my Twitter handle. I didn't say my Twitter handle. If I would have, at Mr. Osterman, I would have, have said it. So what we're gonna do the question of the week. This is my favorite part of the entire podcast. This is just where I feel like I can get myself out of here. I just put a question out there, and the possibilities are endless, Tommy. All right, so you guys ready for the question of the week? Chat, I want you to answer this as well, and if you're in the YouTube comments, put your answer down there as well, and I will probably like every single one. All right, so the question of the week. It's pretty short, pretty simple, but what is your dream job? What is your dream job to where you can do this every day, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this. I'm going to go back to work and work as much as I possibly can. Salary does not matter. So if you're like, I want to be a teacher, and you get like $15,000 a year, I mean, that's, it's whatever. Just your dream job. What is it? Why? I'm starting off with goalie. What's your dream job?
Right now, just to produce shows. That's what I like doing.
So you're doing your dream job right now?
Kind of, yeah. Not like I'm on the show, unfortunately, but no, that's but yeah, producing shows and just making content.
I like it. Short, sweet, to the point. Tommy, your dream job?
My dream job is a mixture, I'd say. Like, because I mean, at the moment I'm a full-time university student, aspiring to be a teacher. So my dream job would probably be a teacher / kind of something towards to do with esports, whether that's with an organization or I don't know yet. But yeah, that's kind of my where I'd like to be, because like I really love what I already do in schools and stuff. And also I love esports. That's why I'm here. So that'd probably be my dream job.
Like, what subject would you do for teaching?
100% PE. 100%.
Oh, okay. I like it. Physical education. Are you like athletic in one certain sport that you're just like?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had this conversation, have we? I'm actually, well, I say I'm a swimmer, but I've been slacking a lot recently. Let's put it that way.
So
okay.
So
you're like the British Michael Phelps.
Not quite.
So when you go and drown, Rave is like your team tag partner. Like he goes and swims you. So
me and Rage are the duo, because he's a lifeguard, so he can save me if I drown. Even though I'm a qualified lifeguard as well, I can't obviously save myself.
Yeah.
You should be able to do that, right? Like, if you're a lifeguard, like, oh,
I have CPR. Oh, I can help you. To myself.
You just kiss yourself, like.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that line of topic. Yeah, I don't want to discuss kissing yourself.
Here.
That might be.
I don't know how we just got there.
Yeah. Oh.
So goalie wants to be a producer of shows, which he already does most of the time. Boring.
I'd like to produce more shows though. Like.
I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I feel you.
Did you say boring? By the way.
I was kidding. I was joking. I'm just messing with you. If I could see your reaction, I would love to, but I can't. Tommy wants to be a teacher of physical education or do something in esports. Personally, I like doing cinematography, which is like capturing certain camera shots for movies, directing is something that I would like to do as well, and also casting in esports is something that I like as well. Like me and Tommy are kind of similar in that aspect, so that's kind of where I'm at. And I want to know in the chat, in the MLG chat, and also what you guys are putting in the YouTube comments. Tell us what your dream job would be, and yeah, we will review those. Tongue twister there. So I think we're going to move on to our first topic of the streamo, as we're going to try to get Kingdom in here, hopefully soon, because he's also been playing the beta with us.
Yep.
But which is the Black Ops 3 beta. I'm going to go and lay out the dates that's been really going on. So the PS4 was obviously started yesterday. It was August 19th through the 23rd, and for Xbox One/PC, it'll be August 26th through August 30th. So, you know, it's only on next gen. Which is kind of unfortunate. You know, people are affected every year by what we like to call console deficiency. You're not being able to afford next generation consoles. And I think we might actually have a small ad we'd like to show you all to kind of combat and to also make those self-aware of such things. So Goalie, if you would roll the clip, guys, we need your support.
All right, let's buy the Black Ops 3 beta. So, Amazon. Yo, Black Ops 3 beta. No, the one on the export. Black Ops 3 beta, PS3. Huh, only PS4. Huh, how about that then? I know, it's only by phone. It's only by phone. Hi. I was wondering if I could purchase the Black Ops 3 beta for PS3. I've seen it's not on your website. I presume that you have to ring up to obviously purchase it. What do you mean? You're telling me I can't buy the beta code or get the beta on PS3? What do you mean? What do you mean it's old gen? PS3 is still current gen. What are you on about? Like Black Ops 3 is coming out on PlayStation 3. What? You're telling me that I can't get it because it's only out on current gen and that's only Xbox One and PlayStation 4? Okay, I understand. This August, millions like Tommy will not be able to play the Black Ops 3 beta. Tommy was one of the unfortunate ones to find out that the Black Ops 3 beta is not actually available on old gen consoles. We can help others like this in this hard time by donating. Simply call 0800 25225 677 and give whatever you can to these poor souls.
There we go. We're back.
Alright, guys. So you can kind of just see where we're coming from. Console deficiency. Tommy, would you like to speak a little bit on?
Yeah, I would like to personally speak for my foundation, the No Beta Foundation, obviously that I started myself. Yeah, we're out on a struggle here. We have no beta codes. We have no PS4s. We have no Xbox Ones. It's sad times. Sad times.
I'm just watching it. We're on a little bit of a delay. Oh my! You can see people in the chat just crying. We have to solve the problem, and you can maybe if we can set up like a hotline for them to call, and maybe donate something to console deficiency.
There is a donate button right below the stream, and all funds of it sell out.
That will help.
Absolute sellout. If anyone does donate today, I'll transfer it all straight to Tommy Esports. How about that?
So I can get that PS4
to the whatever it's called fund.
I'll have a PS4 before Black Ops 3. Let's put it that way. So I'm all good. Yeah, it's only a week that I'm missing.
You made some other investments lately, so.
Yeah, I made a very good investment recently. Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Secret.
All right.
Secret.
All right. Well, still though, I want to ask you guys really quick. I know Tommy obviously would be kind of in favor of this, but do you guys like having the beta only on next gen? Or you guys prefer it to be on both?
I wonder. Are we still calling the PS4 next gen?
Well, I meant to say
it's me, Goalie. Don't disrespect my feelings.
It's
Come on, Goalie.
Yeah, that's
We've been over this. I'm heartbroken.
Okay, well, honestly, I don't even think the game should be out or should be coming out for PS4 or PS3 and Xbox 360. I understand why it is. This is probably going to be the biggest Call of Duty in the last 2 years, but at the same time, yeah, we need to get off of the old platform. I don't even know if...
It'd be interesting to see how many we actually sell on old gen. Let's put it that
It
way.
will. Oh yeah, it will definitely be interesting, and
They
a lot of
always get
people,
a lot,
of people will still purchase it on the 360 and the PS4 because there's a lot of people that only buy the game for single player, and there's some that people like you that still haven't made the upgrade. But yeah, it shouldn't be. It should only be on the next gen consoles. Like if they're going to take if it was gonna be on PS3 and Xbox 360, that would be extra resources that they're pulling away from the PS4 and the Xbox
Yeah,
One.
that's the way I look at it. And if I'm honest, to take Advanced Warfare as an example, as obviously I'm old gen, like I don't play Advanced Warfare because it is literally unplayable. It's meant for current gen. It's meant for a better processor than what I've got, and it's just god awful. It's literally like, oh, it's not even playable. I mean, if anyone has a PS3 or a Xbox 360, that you'll probably know exactly what I'm on about. Like, it's just physically not playable. The game is just broken, if you will, and everything takes forever to load and everything because it's not really meant for the consoles we're playing on. And I completely agree that if we're having it on old gen still, time and money's been delegated to that, what could be delegated towards improving Black Ops 3. But then in saying that, I think Black Ops 3 is still going to be, you know, an amazing game, I hope. And yeah, but it'll be interesting because there's still a fair few people that actually play Black Ops 2. That's the game, if any, I play for Call of Duty because it's just what I love, and there's always like over 100,000 people on it. So now, with that being said,
yeah, I think we might have actually talked about this on the STiKS in a previous episode, but recently Charlie Intel released like an article saying that Black Ops 2 had like over 10 million people playing it like last month. So, which is crazy, but
like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been playing AW a whole lot. Like, I mean, let's be real. I've been playing Black Ops 2 a lot, and I know it's on the PS3. I know Xbox 360 was a lot more, but I want to say I think like 3 weeks ago there was maybe 20,000 people playing Team Deathmatch. A couple days leading into the beta, there were already like 45,000 people in Team Deathmatch.
That's crazy.
That was only PS3, so like double automatically. So
that's crazy.
People are
we need to play some PS3 Black Ops 2 sometime soon.
Oh, I'm down, Tommy. I'm down.
With that, Goalie, you down? Oh wait. Oh, wait.
Bro, I sold my PS3 to buy an Xbox One.
I don't blame you.
Terrible decision. Terrible decision.
Yeah, long term.
Are you gonna sell the Xbox One now?
Terrible decision. No, I'm keeping my Xbox One for Halo.
I never understand why people sell their old consoles. Like, I understand it's like to save up money for another one, but I'm like, I always keep mine. Like, I have
I was gonna say,
two Xbox 360s, two PS3s.
Now,
like, I just never sell them.
The reason
I'm pretty
why
sure I still got PS1 somewhere.
Yeah, the reason I had to sell it is because I had to. I was in a tough situation. So
I mean, like, I just know sometimes people will upgrade. Like, for instance, say I'm upgrading from the PS3 to the PS4, and they're like, "Why do I even have the PS3? Let's get rid of this." Like, I don't understand that at all. Like, if you can manage to keep that one, if you're not even going to sell it toward getting another one, I just don't see the reason why. I see a lot of people talk about that all the time. It's just like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm a big person on keeping you know, electronics and then saving them for later on, because maybe, who knows, maybe they'll be worth something.
No, they won't.
Possibly.
Landon. They're mass produced. They won't be worth anything.
It could be. It could maybe like in the 2073.
Yeah.
Okay, Landon, this is a Call of Duty esports show. Let's talk about the Black Ops 3 beta and how it relates.
I'm sorry.
How much he's gonna make when he's like 90.
I'm just curious if it does relate to the Black Ops 3 beta, because PS3 isn't on it, so
I agree.
It works.
I agree. Beasting. Landon's just trying to show off his collection.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. So, like, whenever someone comes over, I'm like, look at all these consoles here. Like them? Yeah.
I invested my money in a lot of plastic.
That sounds. Might want to reward that one. Just for future reference. All right. So on that note, I'm gonna bring up something really quick. I'm gonna bring up something really quick. I'm not a big fan of the format. I put this in the show document. I'm not a big fan of the format, and me and Glory were talking about this. So the PS4 beta is from August 19th to the 23rd. So starting like right now today, we only have 3 more days after this one, I believe. So that's Monday, and then the Xbox One starts 3 days later, and then it's just as long. I would have personally preferred if the PS4 would have like maybe gone 3 days, and then after those 3 days are over, the Xbox One starts, and then they both end at the same time. So that like the PS4
I can understand that, but it all comes down to exclusivity. Obviously, now that Activision have a deal with PlayStation, you can understand why PlayStation are going to do everything in their power to bargain for them to have it like like, I'm honestly not surprised. Like, I'm surprised even that it isn't like a month early, if you know what I mean. Because obviously, when it came to DLC, Xbox always had everything a month before.
Yeah.
So
what I mean
I'm
is
surprised
that
it's not more.
what I mean is
Then
like
it urges you to buy the console. That's the whole point of the marketing deal, isn't it? People will literally go out and buy a console, like
Yeah.
people that we know about, for the beta.
Like
So,
myself.
exactly. And you went and bought a PlayStation 4 because it's the first one it's coming out on.
Yeah.
like what I meant was is that like I don't mind that, and I'm happy that PS4 has it early. I just meant I wish that PS4 has it, and then once they have the Xbox One, that the PS4 keeps going and overlaps the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
One. So it's not like it's not the PS4. Here we go.
So it still gets it longer, but they end at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
but
there's a gap in between the two betas?
Yeah, there's what is it, a 3-day gap?
It's a 3-day gap. So it ends, I assume, Sunday night, and then it starts up again Wednesday. Which me and Landon have been talking about this the last couple of days. I 100% agree with him.
Okay.
I
presume the gap is for them to kind of do some modifications and do some patching. I presume.
It could be. I don't know. And I don't know if they can run both at the same time right now. I'm not sure how they're doing on server. I mean, you would think they'd be able to, but I who knows? One could be down if there's so many on the other one. Like even when we were downloading it, Goalie, we were downloading the beta. It took what, 6 hours?
Yeah.
I know it took forever for you. It took me like 4 hours or whatnot. But the amount of people that were on one console, I can't imagine if they had all those servers going at the same time. Maybe that was the problem. I'm not sure, but. Definitely could have been. I asked you guys a couple questions about the beta. I know Tommy, obviously, since to do console deficiency, make sure to donate to him. Hasn't been able to play it. But beta in general, you guys like the idea of having a beta, or do you think it kind of like it doesn't have that surprise factor? Because once we have the game, we already know exactly what to expect. We're just basically playing the same game over again that we played for a week prior. So do you guys like the idea of having like stuff like this, or do you guys would rather have it just be fresh once you get out of the gate? I know there's
I'll let Goalie go first on his opinion on it.
Man, I don't know if I have an opinion on this, because it's that tough thing. The nice thing about the beta is that it gives the devs time to make changes to the game, adjust server capacity, stuff like that. So I'm disappointed that in 3 months' time I'll be playing the game and it's going to be the exact same. It's going to be pretty much the exact same game I'm playing right now. But at the same time, I'd rather the game be running smoothly and have some buffs or some nerfs already have taken place by the time that the game comes out. So
yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Treyarch have been making a few patches by the looks of their Twitter feed, but
well, they've been making like internal patches, kind of like not anything to do with actual gameplay, like just kind of server fixes and stuff. But.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it's always going to be like a double-bladed axe. There's always the factor that you said how you've already played the game, so you know what to expect come November. But there's also the factor of it's exciting that you get to play the game early. Your feedback is ultimately making the game better, like what you talked about, buffing things and nerfing other things and so on, and glitches in the game and so on and so forth. And I think especially that's definitely needed, because obviously with the rule running, like what we've seen in Advanced Warfare, where with the exo boosting you can get into stupid spots where you shouldn't even be allowed. I think a good thing about the beta is it's going to hopefully eliminate any spots that you can wall run into that ultimately shouldn't really be allowed, if you will. And also there's just the factor that a beta is so good for a game in the sense that it builds so much hype around the game, and the way they're doing it, where if you pre-order it, and that's why we've seen so many good sales figures about Black Ops 3, because they've done it this way. So I think ultimately it's good, but the factor that obviously you guys have played the game, so when it comes around to November, you already know what to expect, is the downside to it. But overall, I think it's definitely a positive thing, and we need it to kind of continue in Call of Duty, I feel.
Yeah.
You need to continue?
Well,
as in like in coming titles, if you will.
Do we want to play the Ghost 2 beta?
Yeah,
that's my thing. Like,
yes, we do.
If we like played, like if it was Black Ops 4 next year, I'd be like, yeah, I would play the beta. Like, it's.
I mean, do you guys wish that there wasn't? Do you guys wish that there wasn't as many game types to play? Like, that was one of the things I was thinking about. Like, obviously they've released, I think, like 8 different game modes to play. Would you rather have that?
I'm frustrated about the maps.
Yeah,
there's
only 3 maps, isn't there?
I would rather have 1 more map and 2 less game modes.
Absolutely.
Because it's a fine balance between
Like I do, I'm happy that I get to play Hardpoint, I get to play Dom, I get to play Demo, I get to play CTF. Because I really don't care about Team Deathmatch or Kill Confirmed or even S&D.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to play S&D pubs.
TDM's like the default.
Well, obviously TDM's going to be in the game. But I would eliminate like 2 game modes for an extra map. So.
I believe, I know we talked about this in the beta trailer, they said there's going to be like plus, like there was like a plus at the end of maps, and there's plus at the end of something else. So I think that like throughout the beta that they're going to have extra stuff come out. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. The level cap right now is at 28. It's like I think me and Goalie are maxed right now. Like we can't go past level 28 because we played it for what 12 hours straight last night or yesterday.
Way too many. Way too many.
And I saw Charlie Intel tweet this out. If you guys want to follow them, Charlie Intel is a really good place to find Black Ops 3 news and stuff. Very, very good guys. But they said that in like a little article, it said that the level the level system will slowly increase more and more. So I'm not sure when they're gonna have it. If Xbox One, and I'm not sure how it's gonna work. So apparently they're gonna keep adding stuff to it, like more patches and stuff. It's just like when it's going to happen. So I don't know how we got on this side topic, but we did. But, but I was gonna ask. I know Tommy's been watching the beta. I know, but and Goalie and me have been playing it. But what are your first thoughts? Do you like how it's going? Do you like how they're preparing it? I know we kind of talked about this a little bit. Do you think that they're doing the beta the right way, or do you think there could be a lot of changes that they should have done? In your guys' opinions, I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. They're like, I really like how it's going, but they should do this, or they should fix this, or
that's
this
the whole
should be.
Point of a beta, if you will. It's not meant to be perfect. It's not by any means. Like the game is 3 months away from launch. Let's not forget that. I get that it's a 3-year life cycle, but it's still 3 months. It's the end where everything gets done, if you will, the final tweaking, what the things that significantly you notice in games. So for me, it's a case of it's definitely they're doing it the right way. Yes, the odd thing maybe they could do better, but at the end of the day, we haven't had a beta in Call of Duty in years. So I think it's a trial and error system. I mean, hopefully, if there's something not going as expected or people are complaining about whatever in the PlayStation 1, then come the Xbox One, they can fix that or rectify it.
Now, I've played multiple Battlefield betas, and I'm going to say this beta, compared to anything that EA has done, any EA beta, like I played the Mass Effect 3 beta, countless EA betas, and this is better than anything EA has ever done. 100%. EA betas are EA betas are completely trash.
What's different? Like, what's the major difference?
The game, it's like the game feels like it's already a finished product besides fine tuning.
Yeah.
And when I've played other types of betas, it feels like the game's incomplete. And that's what I really enjoy about this. You can also say it's kind of a worry in a sense that they're just that it's like I'm gonna be playing this game for. I'm going to be playing this exact same game when it comes out in 3 months, but the fact that they are this far already in development and they already have, and that they're just going to get the next 3 months to fine tune and get patches out, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it, and I've had a lot of fun with the beta. The only thing that I think they could have changed is they either could have already increased the level cap, or they could have made it longer to level up in the beta compared to the actual game.
It takes a long time.
It does take a long time to level up to level 28, but if we're going to max out at level 28 for like half of the beta, I want it to take a while.
Right.
That's fair enough. I wonder how long it I wonder, like, they must have some stats somewhere of working out like the percentage of people playing the beta and how many have actually reached max rank. And I mean, it would have been wise to kind of have planned beforehand to say like, right, once we get to 50% they get max rank, we're going to add another 10 ranks on or whatever. So yeah, I can see how that would kind of spur people to carry on playing. But
I'm not sure like the finished product exactly, like how, like if they're gonna let you play like a full prestige or not. I'm not really sure how it works, but
yeah,
I like that idea, Tommy. Like having, once this percentage of people hits this max amount.
I don't know how easy it is to track, obviously, because it's just there's no guessing. But
I would say there's probably like 2 or 3 people in every lobby that are at 28. So like that's like 30. Well, a little bit more. Like I just went to a game not too long ago, and I was the only one like for like 4 games straight that was at 28. So I mean, it's kind of like differential. I would say it's probably like around 30 to 40%. maybe even
But
a little
everyone's
bit
kind of
less.
probably in their 20s by now.
And maybe I'm just in that, like, we're in that position where we get to play video games for that long of a period of time, and that's why we're maxed out at level 28, and that's
Could
why
be.
we can...
Yeah, I mean, like, how
and
much
that's why
have you played over the last 3 days?
I've played more video games in the last 2 days than I have in the last 2 weeks.
I honestly, I think I would
Yeah.
be at like maybe level 50 if it was like if the leveling system would have continued. Like I'd probably be around 50, I would say. It takes it's honestly taking it takes a very long time. Like if this is how it's gonna work in the actual game,
Yeah.
it's gonna take forever to prestige. Like I say, it took a good 4 to 6 hours to get to 28. Maybe actually probably more than that.
Well,
I'd say,
maybe
like,
maybe
a
instead
little
of like a
Depends
level...
how many ranks there are. Because I mean, if it's just like 50 or 55, then like Black Ops, well, what Black Ops 2 was 50, so that it could make sense if it was 50. But
bit. Wait, wasn't Black Ops 55?
I don't know. It may have been. Sorry, it may have been. I'm just
No,
literally
I wasn't
saying
trying
from
to.
my head. Can we talk a little bit about specialists? Because I know Danny in the chat was saying specialists belong in pubs. Do you guys agree with that, or what are your thoughts on specialists? Because I mean, watching you two playing goalie stream, etc., I thought they were really enjoyable. But yes, they could be enjoyable. That doesn't necessarily mean they belong in competitive Call of Duty.
Gold, you want to start?
Yeah, I think they 100% belong in competitive Call of Duty. The game itself, like, naturally now, I feel like it's more competitive, at least than previous pub game, or like, than the previous 2 games.
How
of
you
pubs.
use your specialist is very important. By the looks of things.
Like the specialist isn't good by nature. You actually have to be talented with your specialist, and you have to, like, every specialist is different. It's not like they're not overpowered by any means. Like, you still, like, even if you have the war machine, you still have to know how to use the war machine, like, and it doesn't explode on contact, or the grenades don't explode on contact. I personally haven't seen any issue with it. The reason why I want this in competitive is because it finally gives us that picks and ban system, that draft and select system, whatever the heck it's called.
The specialist pick, don't you?
The specialist pick. I'd like to see more specialists in the game personally. And then, like, obviously we have what's the specialist that has rejack on? I don't remember his name. Like, the only thing that I found a little annoying is rejack, but at the same time, it's fairly easy to counter. Nomad? Okay.
Yeah.
He's fairly easy to counter. Like, and it could be very annoying in like S&D, and then you could, like, the nano, the hive ability, I think it's the same from the same character. Could also be annoying. Like, you could possibly stick that to the uplink ball or put that around the bomb site, but it seems in this game like Von Dahar has already thought about that. Like, there should always be a way to counter everything. And that's how Black Ops 2 was. Like, there was always a way to counter.
I was going to say, yeah, Black Ops 2 was, like, really good at that. And if there was something wrong, they would like, without a doubt, patch it or change something to make it as fair as possible. I mean, we've got to realize it's Call of Duty. Like, there's so many kind of things that factor into it. There's always going to be that one thing that's OP, and I can't remember the name of the gun, but it's what you guys have been using quite a lot. That just seems to shred through everyone.
The M8 or the Razorback?
Yeah. Both of them, really.
I actually didn't use the Razorback at all yesterday. I was using the M8 and the FAL, whatever it's called.
M8, though.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either, but
the Shivia, like, or something.
Yeah, something like that. As far as specialists go, to kind of, like, close out his question a little bit, I think that they do belong competitive. Looking at, like, other games, other esports, I think it's a lot different for us because coming from Call of Duty, we've never had anything really similar to this. We've never had, a certain ability that comes with characters that resets after so long. I think that there definitely has to be patches. I mean, that's what a beta's for. I'm glad that we have, with all this new stuff, that we have a beta, because once we get into the actual game, it's like, oh, we gotta patch this, we have to patch this before the first event. Like, we have so many opportunities to, like, say, hey, this needs to be fixed. Like, we can't have the hive being put on the ball because no one's ever gonna be able to score. Like, I mean, there's just, like, little things like that. I mean, there's some situations.
Who can sabotage the drone first?
Right, exactly.
That'll be the game.
But I think, like, little things like that. I know Goalie kind of mentioned what did you say? You said
Like,
something like
there's always a way to counter something.
yes, yeah. There's always like you have to be really good. Like you have to like work around it. Like for instance, I had the Sparrow Outrider thing on it like earlier. Like you have to literally be pre-aiming at some times. If you have the War Machine, like while that is cool to have, it used to be a score streak in the game. You have to learn how to use it at certain situations. Now they could be overpowered at certain points, but it's very easy to counter if you know how to do it. It's just like that's how other esports work. I mean, you have certain abilities. And
it's kind of like how in Black Ops 2, like why one complexity was so good and threw so many teams off is because they would literally change what tacticals they were using every 3 deaths. If you died 3 times, you'd switch to EMPs. If you died 3 times, you'd switch to flashes. You died 3 more times, you switched to concussions. And it was constantly throwing the other teams off. They didn't know how to adapt to that. So it's all about how you figure out how to counter all these things. And for heck, with some of these things we don't even have unlocked in the game yet because of the level cap. So we don't know if we throw any. The EMP is unlocked. I haven't tested it out, but like if you throw an EMP on the nanotech, or the nano hive, that could destroy it for all I know. Like it's just little things like that. They've already figured it out.
I think we can all agree that Black Ops 3 is stacking up to be one of the kind of most complex games, if you will, with obviously the specialists where only one person in the lobby for at least what will be ranked or actual competitive Call of Duty can only have one specialist per player per lobby, and also not only that, but you've got the picks and bans as well, what's going to be absolutely hectic. And I was kind of thinking about this, the fact that obviously a coach is going to be more and more evident in Black Ops 3 if this does go the way it's kind of going at the moment, because obviously you're going to need to know the team to the absolute fine details to know what they like using, what they don't like using, so you can know what to pick, what to ban. You can even have a little bit of psychology in there and know, right, well they're not good with that, so they're going to ban that, so let's go ahead and quickly protect it before they do it, and so on and so forth.
I saw a lot of cool things, and I think this is really awesome, by the way. I just bring this up really quick. And I know in other esports, like some abilities that you use, if you use it with another teammate, it can like be really deadly. Like I've seen in like Dota 2, for instance, I don't know the exact names of the characters and stuff, but like they'll use a certain ability, and then they'll use it against their teammate, and then the ability that their teammate has like completely destroys them as they use it together. I saw in one video, I remember where it is, but if I find it, I'll link it or tweet it out. It was a video of one guy playing with teammates, and they were thinking of all these strategies. And it was one guy, I believe he was using the one perk where you can run really, really fast. I forget what that's called. Do you guys know what that's called? It's like the speed boost that you get. Gully, do you remember that one is?
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
Gully here?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well, either way, it was a guy that could run really fast. One of them had the Sparrow, and what he did was there was a hard point. He had his team shoot him like the Sparrow, so the arrow was like on his back, and he sprinted into the hill, and they got a 3-piece just like that.
It blew up.
It's overdrive.
That's like I used to love that. You would
Overdrive,
literally bait your teammate with like a 7-tech run in the hill. Oh, that's
like
so
the
clever.
amount of strategy that is possible to happen is insane. Like there's so many things that we're going to see in competitive this year that like pros will think of. Like, can you imagine?
Oh yeah, that'll be
Aix
so
and Teep together. The amount of stuff they're going to think of. Like smart players are finally back. Or at least coaches, for instance. There's so many opportunities.
They'll be rewarded. They'll be rewarded heavily if they can figure out certain strategies. Oh yeah, I completely agree.
It's going to be great, and for viewership especially. I know on Twitch, we had a crazy amount. I'm going to say we had like around 100,000, 200,000 people watching on Twitch at one time. And I know, I forget his name. I keep forgetting names. Lyric. He was streaming at the same time. He's very, very popular. I think he had like 40K himself. We had more than LOL, and I know it's the beta and stuff, but once we get to events, if we're streaming on Twitch, that's just a completely new avenue. We're going to be having so many different things that could be working in our favor. But I was going to ask you guys, what has been your favorite part of the beta that you didn't really expect to be? Like, I know you could say, oh, well, the M8, but you knew it was going to be in there. What has really surprised you the most about the beta that you really, really enjoy? I know Tommy's not been able to be in it, but
what surprised me the most is not having it. I'm sitting here depressed.
That works.
So that's my input. I'm now going to go make a cup of tea.
All right. I'll take it. Did you bring me some?
Oh, yeah. Where'd you live?
I'll ship it. Far away.
It may be a bit cold. Anyway, get back on topic.
No, I was just going to ask, what's been a major surprise about the beta that you didn't expect? If you guys had any at all.
Definitely for me, the fact that it's on PlayStation 4. I'm really enjoying the PlayStation 4.
Thank you.
I'm really enjoying it.
From coming over from the Xbox, what are your first impressions?
I can invite my friends in 2 seconds instead of it taking a full minute. I'm very much enjoying that. Very much. It's I'm annoyed that I have to send a friend request to someone to actually be able to invite them, but the fact that I can invite any of my friends in less than 10 seconds, I'm thrilled about. But beta wise, I have no idea.
You've played so much, you have no idea.
I think honestly, the thing that I like the most is that it only took me like 3 hours to get used to the control scheme. Okay. Like, because when I was first playing, I was still trying to boost slide, backward slide, jump to the side, like exo dash, whatever the heck it's called, exo stomp, and it only took me a couple hours to get used to the new game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be something that Black Ops 3 will be hopefully good for. Is that I think the reason so many people have kind of turned away from Advanced Warfare, like speaking personally, a lot of my friends haven't bought Advanced Warfare because they're just like, oh, it's just you're jumping around and it's stupid. And I get where they're coming from, because obviously realistically to play it properly you need to play claw or basically have a scarf or something other modded controller. So I think with Black Ops 3, hopefully with kind of, because I think the way they've designed it is to be able to have everything accessible but with ease. So hopefully if that is the case, we can get quite a good casual audience, what we need in all fairness, because that will obviously hopefully result into more esports lovers like ourselves.
Yeah, like what was I gonna say? Shoot.
Here, why do you think of it? I can give my surprise.
You were gonna say shoot.
Darn it.
I was gonna say my favorite thing of the entire, like my thing that I didn't really expect is definitely like the paint shop. Like I didn't know that was gonna be in the beta until I saw the trailer and whatnot. Like the camos look sick once you're in the game. I know, the paint shop has a couple features that aren't the best. I know Globe was trying to make an Asimov skin, and it didn't like look the best because the orange, or like there are certain things about it. But once you get like a certain skin, you're like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. It looks amazing in game. It's truly great, and I can't imagine the amount of customization if you're able to maybe download certain camos that you make, and say every week, Call of Duty tweets out, here are the top 5 camos. You could download them by pressing this. Like, I cannot imagine the amount of customization that you're going to have players in game for esports. Like, imagine if, Vaughn were to add that in that way. Like, we have professional, camo makers who make one for Optic Gaming for this event, and they have like certain logos and stuff. Like, the amount of customization that could be in this game is going to be amazing if they do it correctly. And I love the camos. Like, I've made a couple, and they look sick in game. So that to me was probably one of my favorite things so far. Gola, did you figure out your thought that you were thinking about?
Yeah, I remembered finally. The one thing that no wait, because we were talking about man, wow, I'm losing it.
What are you doing?
We were talking about Advanced Warfare and the movement of like how crazy it is with and why your friends didn't want to buy it. You don't need a scuff controller in this game. Yeah, it's gonna 100% help. But you don't need.
It's not a necessity.
It's not a necessity like it was in Advanced Warfare. In Advanced Warfare, it's 100% a necessity. Now it makes it easier because you can still win gunfights by outmaneuvering people, but it's not 50-50. Like it's not 50% movement, 50% gunfights like it is in Advanced Warfare. So it's gonna give you a huge advantage to to have a scuff controller, but it's not the advantage that Advanced Warfare gave you. So
I understand that. I'm and to kind of talk about the PS for a little bit more. It's like everyone was curious, like, oh, how are the pro players going to switch over? Like from watching at least Optic play, like Krim has already dropped 100 bomb in a hard point, which is insane. Like I think the closest I've got was like around 68 kills. I know Goulet dropped a 70. Like, that is insane. Like, from playing Xbox hardcore for, like, what, since halfway through Black Ops 1 to this point? And it's been 2 days, and you're already, like, dominating as well as you already were?
You need to get people to hit you up.
Grass Esports. Anyway, but, like, the transition has been a lot easier. I think the Xbox One has a lot of... I'm not hating on the Xbox One controller, but it's very loose sticks. It's a lot harder to aim. And I feel like with the PS4 controller, the sticks are a lot like harder to move, so it's like your aim is automatically not going to sway as much.
Your aim is a lot more crisp on the PS4 controller. We'll 100% back that. It's a lot easier to shoot straight. I've struggled ever since I switched over to Xbox. Like, I struggled with the 360 sticks, which were better than the Xbox One sticks, and then I massively struggled with the X1 sticks. Like, I think I have a 15% accuracy on Advanced Warfare, which is awful. But it's just terrible. But I feel like the sticks on the PS4, I don't like it for some games like Rocket League. I was telling Landon, like, I'd much prefer the X1 sticks for a game like Rocket League, but on Call of Duty, I feel right at home.
Yeah,
That's good.
I can agree. I'm gonna ask, what's your guys' least favorite part of the beta? If you guys have had any at all, if you guys think so. For me, I'll give mine really quick. It's probably the maps that we have. I'm not a big fan of the maps so far. I mean, maybe it's just because I've played them so much. I'm not really sure.
Only 3 of them, isn't there? I mean,
there's only 3 that you can play.
Of the 3 maps that they've given, like, what are your impressions? Do you think they could be in esports, etc.?
I forget all the maps. There's one really small map that's definitely not going to work.
Combine.
Combine. That one. It's not super small, but it's like a little bit bigger than Nuketown, I'd say. But it's just like chaotic, nonstop.
Now,
like,
Landon,
constantly an enemy.
I think it can work 4v4, and when we've played it 4v4, it's an amazing map.
It's just I don't know. Like, though, maybe it is because we haven't played 4v4. Once we play Arena, I guess you could say that goalie that we'll have a better interpretation. It's just nonstop action, like, all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's very chaotic in 6v6, but 4v4, I think it's a perfect map. Like Hunted, right now, it's amazing 6v6. I absolutely love Hunted.
Yeah, that's going to be a really big map, though.
It's going to be a huge map for 4v4. So it's like a Yemen for 4v4. So we'll see. Like, that's the best.
Then,
don't bring back Yemen, please.
What's the other map goalie besides Hunted and Combine?
Hunted, Combine,
Evac.
And Evac.
What's Evac again?
Evac is the one that you watched Uplink on at the esports reveal.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. Personally, I know some people like it. It's just very, very, very crowded. Like, there's a lot of small spaces. It could work maybe for Hardpoint. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But I don't know how many maps there are going to be, if there's any better ones. Maybe it's just the fact that I've played them so much that I'm getting tired of them, because it's like, oh, I like this map, and then I'll play it. I'm like, okay, I hate this map. I want to play that one. Like, it's very differentials. But for me, I wish they would have had more maps. I think like maybe like 4 or 5 would have been nice, but I understand it's a beta. They're gracious enough to not just give us one, so
yeah,
I'll take what I can get.
You would die if it was just one. It would just be like,
I would be very mad. I'd be very sad.
I do find really interesting about, like, in Hardpoint is the rotation always seems to be a square on these maps. And if you remember Black Ops 2, like, we weren't playing a square, we were playing like a star, because there were always 5 hardpoints except on like one or 2 maps. It was like we're always playing in a star rotation. Because you'd, like, on standoff, you'd go to Middle Hill, then you'd go to the back factory, whatever it's called, then you'd go to Grandma's house, then you'd go to the store on the other side of town, and then you'd be back at mid. And I find it interesting because we're not, like, really playing. Well, that's a poor example of a map, because that's kind of. But it's all the maps are a box rotation. It's really weird, because especially on Evac, it's an exact square. I don't know. It's really weird, but
the rotations are interesting. It's like, it's similar, but it's also different. But it's also like
I'm used to going to the other side of the map, not right
it's
next to.
It's like you're like in a rotation symbol, and it's hard because
in a way it favors the. Sorry, Karen.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
I was gonna say, like, in a way, surely then it favors the person or the team even though they're in the hill, because if it is just like a simple square kind of rotation,
that's what I was gonna say.
They're not even that far away from the next hill, rather than, like, a good map to give a example of is Solar, where, like, 1 minute you're one end of the map, next minute you're at the top garage hard point. Car park.
It'd be like, for instance, if you were in the backside garage, and then you went to the last hill, basically in the rotations. It'd be like, it's like it goes like one point here, then we're here, then we're here. Like, it just like kind of goes.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and if you have one person who's really good at, like, being an AR, you're gonna have them push up to the next hard point to hold off spawns, and then you're gonna have your teammates kind of go, like, behind them. Like, I can see that having, like, one person who kind of runs. I know it's called mid lane, but, like, you just have one person storming out in front of everyone else while your teammates are holding that hard point, and that person holds off the spawn while they get the cap. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, and we've been playing 6v6, and it's a lot hard to to kind of talk about. It's a little bit different, but the meta right now is, you know, guns and stuff. Is definitely like the Razorback M8. Those are the main guns everyone's using. I've seen the Man of War talked about a little bit. I know Goalie's been using the FAL, which I've never seen anyone use it besides Goalie. He's been ripping with it.
I'm amazing with it. I love that gun. Like, you just have to sit back. You have to play like I don't know what the actual name of it is. I've just been calling it the FAL. It's like the Shivia or something.
It is called the Shiva.
The Shiva. You just play back like in the back of the map like you would traditionally with a FAL. Like, you're not charging into the hill. Like, you only do that if you need to. And it's a 2-shot kill. The gun's amazing. You just have to learn how to shoot it. So it's similar to the FAL, but it's not like as fast as your finger can go. It's limited. Like, you're gonna go at its own speed, whether you tap it fast or not. I do want to try rapid fire on it. I haven't got to level 16.
Oh no, we'll have to do that tonight. We'll have to try it tonight, see how it works. But that's kind of how the meta is going, and I think that's gonna kind of end us out a little bit for the beta talk. But before we head to a commercial break, I want to ask you guys: is the beta a good idea for future CODs? Would you like to see it introduced? And keep in mind the titles that are going to be coming. And I know Goalie said, I don't want to focus on the titles that are, going to come next because I love this one so much. But for future CODs, if they were like, you know what, community, do you guys want a beta? Yes or no? What would be your answer? I'm just curious your guys' opinions.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah?
Heck yeah.
Tommy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if it is goes to, then yes, because it will hopefully make the game good, if you will.
I can agree. And chat, let us know. But we're going to take a quick commercial break as we return, talking a lot about the MES event, which is coming up this weekend, amongst everything else. So we'll see you guys just a second on the other side of like a minute. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. See ya.
You know what? When Kingdom says that, it tells you he's going to be on the show, tell him that he's not allowed to go on Twitter. Like, he's on Twitter right now. I'm disappointed.
This is a mockery. This is a mockery. I think he's actually dissing us right now.
The thing is that I'm even more pissed about is that you made me make a new promotion graphic that had Kingdom on it.
He told me he was gonna be here streaming. I
We're
wouldn't tell Goalie if he wasn't gonna be.
I'm sorry about that stream, but
I'll read the message. Hold on, let me get it.
Okay.
Here we go. The proof.
The proof. I want to see the DM. I want to physically see it on your webcam.
Well, I'm not going to show my DMs, but I'll read the conversation. So I said, could you be on today's show to talk about the beta? He said, is it at 5 Eastern? I said, I believe so. And then I talked to him like 5 minutes later and I said, yes, just checked. And it is, because Goalie was super slow to say it. And when he said this, he said, if I do, I'll be on the call right at 4:45 and I'll only be on for an hour. I'm swamped and blah, 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 blah. I thought you guys were going to talk a little bit more about the beta. And I said, yes, with you on. And he said, okay, I'm good to go. And then I said, it'll be me, Tommy, and Goalie. Is that okay? And he said, I'm making sure I'm 100% available. Give me a sec. So he said that he would be. And then shortly after, he said, maybe give me a sec.
Okay, so he said he said, yes, I'll be on the show. And then he said, maybe.
Basically. It's whatever. It's Kingdom Soldier. We all love him anyway, but it's
struggle.
It happens. But what else that happens is MES, and apparently everything else happens during MES as well. Goalie, what are some of the stuff that's going on? Because I put bad timing. It really, like, as much as I love MES events, the stuff that they've done, this is like the worst time to really have an event.
This is the literally, and it's just all scheduling. It's just everyone decided that this was the weekend to do something. So we have the Black Ops 3 beta going on right now on PlayStation 4. We have MES Detroit. We have ESL Cologne, and we have the NA and EU LCS playoffs.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of viewership. Like, I believe the Cologne event for CS:GO was
200K.
It was at 500K.
Oh, really? When I was just at 200. Jeez.
Well, let me look at Twitch right now.
It was, well, actually, okay, so
you gotta count the in-game viewers, though, too. So.
Well, this is what I said.
Oh, wait, they're offline. That's right.
It said that it was 500K in one stream, plus the people who were watching it in-game. It was a total of 800K.
That was just the Twitch stream, was it?
Well, the Twitch stream apparently includes the actual viewers in-game as well, right?
Oh, okay. I
believe that's correct.
And I would assume, because
that's what Golden Boy tweeted, I believe.
Okay.
Or someone tweeted that was known.
Okay.
So there was 500K in the stream, and then there was an extra 300K watching it in the actual game with a live event viewer, which would be in Black Ops 3. So
I like how I went to Twitch to check what like how many people were watching ESL 1, and I forgot it was already on rebroadcast because it's in Cologne.
Oh yeah,
it's already nighttime there.
It's EU. It's like 12. It's just gone 12 in Germany. So,
I still want to see a North American major. Hopefully, we can see that someday in Counter-Strike.
That would be dope. That would be cool. So. Maybe we'll have them at the same event, ESL COD and then ESL CS:GO. It could happen. But talk a little about MES. Like we said, it's kind of about a bad time, but we'll still be watching a little bit.
Yep.
It is going to be a 25K prize pool, which is absolutely insane. I actually watched Tommy's video, and he made a very good point. This time last year, UMG was having prize pools like this, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is the event to go to. But I know in Advanced Warfare, we've really beefed up our prize pool totals. But there are going to be a lot of teams at this event.
I also want to point out, at the very first event of the year, the MLG Columbus Open was a 25K tournament.
Yeah.
And then now we're at...
So...
It's like it's only 75K. Like, let's not even go to this. It's not worth it.
Like as people will complain about how viewership has sucked in this game and how awful the game is, but the prize pool has drastically increased.
Oh yeah, that's what people. It annoys me because people kind of look at growth as just kind of concurrent viewers. Like, oh, but we hit 100,000 concurrent in this event, but they don't realize that there's more players in the scene now, probably more than ever. There's more events organized more than ever. There's more prize pool in the scene more than ever. So we're growing in many other aspects other than viewership. That's what people need to realize. Like, it's not a case of we are defined by how many people are watching it. I guess it is a good way of measuring it, but there's many other ways to measure it too.
Yep,
absolutely. And Black Ops 3 coming up, it's only going to increase more. It's gonna be insane growth wise.
With a live event viewer, that is massive. That's absolutely massive. It's vital.
I think that was one of the things that kind of like went under the radar a little bit as being like one of the biggest things, but being known as like one of the like smaller things. It's like, oh, we have Paint Shot, we have the live event viewer, we have this, and it's like, oh, well, we have that. It's like the live event viewer should be probably one of the top things overall. Like, with other, like, along with like the ban and protect system. It's that big of a deal. With viewership and stuff, but we're talking a little bit about MES. I know we keep kind of rabbit trailing off, but some notable teams that are actually going to be at MES are like teams like Envy, Elevate, Rise, TK, and Epsilon. Those are all in the Pro League for right now. Some other teams are like Threes Up, DT, XGN, Vex, Vanquish, Stunner, Relapsed, and teams like STiKS as well. There's also going to be like a crazy amount of teams. And I want to ask you guys, possible upsetting teams coming into this tournament. Do you have an underdog coming into this tournament? Because I know I do. I have an underdog team that I think is going to do very well.
Would you like to care to share?
I can say it. Is that okay? Can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first. You don't have to go first. You may.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. Vanquish. Okay.
Ooh.
I cast for PA, Perfect Alliance, and they had recently King of the Hill tournament. And I didn't watch the finals, unfortunately. I know they were in the finals. But they are very good. They are extremely talented. They were playing against teams like Onslaught, lesser-known teams, but teams that are very well known in like the top AM community. And they were wrecking them. Profizi is amazing. GodRX is the factor. He used to play for Isolation Empire. Dallas, he was playing with them as well. They are a team to look out for. I'm not going to say how far I have them in my top 5, because we'll get to that in a minute. But
he's been bold, let's put it that way.
I'm going to be watching them hardcore this event. I'm going to be watching them very intensively. I think they could be a very, very good team and surprise and kind of shock a lot of people once we come into this tournament. So for me, my surprise dark horse team would definitely be Vanquish. I don't know if you guys have any or not, but I was kind of interested in that.
I mean, I'll go next. It's tricky because there's definitely an abundance of good teams there. This is what I like. Obviously, the first MES we saw E6 there, who obviously won it. Goon Squad was a pickup. Then we saw a couple of squads like Vex, Threes Up, and so on and so forth. But generally speaking, there wasn't that many teams from even the Pro League. And now this time around, we've got Rise, Elevate, TK, Envy, Epsilon, so many different teams. We've got like half the Pro League attend, and it's like no one's even like hyping the event or what. It kind of it isn't good, but I guess it's not really great timing as to what we've talked about. But if I had to go with a dark horse, looking at it, I want to say someone like Threes Up. I don't know, like Pac-Man, Goonjar, Miyogi, and Kali. I mean, Kali has been pretty good this year. Yeah. Goonjar, Miyogi is I don't know. For some reason, I'm drawn towards threes up that could potentially burst into the top four.
Yeah, I mean, they have an interesting roster. It's not like anything
Yeah,
we've seen in a while. Like Goodjar, I know has been like thrown from teams. He's been on TK. He's been
yeah,
on Rise, XGN. But maybe this will be the team. Maybe this will be the the lineup
yeah.
they have success.
It's
in.
hard to say because
Yeah,
obviously there's been a lot of roster changes, and
right.
it's really hard to kind of compare teams online compared to online because we all know some players don't have the best internet. It's Advanced Warfare Online. It's chaotic, etc., etc.
All right, I gotcha. Goalie, do you have a dark horse coming to this tournament? Also?
Yeah, definitely Dream Team.
Dream Team?
Dream Team. They won 2Ks in a row. One was with
That's true.
Ivy and one was with Clayster. The only thing that worries me is I don't know how they're going to play with Watson because I haven't.
Come on, Watson.
I haven't
Do
like
you proud.
Watson's obviously a good player, but I don't know how he's going to mesh with that team. It's going to be really interesting. 100%.
Tommy, what would you rate Watson as like top pro?
Okay, so
is he top five?
Watson's never actually won an event, but he's been extremely good in Advanced Warfare. I think he's been a little misfortunate, should we say? But I definitely think he's got more than the capability to hang in the North American scene because obviously it's different kind of settings, if you will, compared to EU to NA. But I definitely think he's got what it takes to be up there as one of the. Not necessarily the top players, but he definitely is going to shine, hopefully, this event, and hopefully he's going to show what he's about. And I think, he'll probably know that he's got to perform, because obviously it's a lot different knowing that he's come over from Europe, and if, he does get dropped from Dream Team, it's a lot different than, say, a player from North America getting dropped from a North American team. So I definitely think he's going to go out there and really shine this weekend.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. From what I've seen, I know I don't watch the EU community as much, but he seems like a beast. He seems like someone that could really... surprised a lot of people. What, is he on Vitality last? That was his last team. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was on Vitality and then obviously got dropped. But yeah, he's always had the aspiration to come out to North America. He's been saying it for a good few months, like similar to what Swanee's done. But hopefully, he can make it staple because obviously we've seen Swanee go back, we've seen Moose go back, we've seen Shane go back, we've seen Mad Cat go back. So all that we've actually got left now is Watson and Jerd in terms of the amount of European players that have come over this year. So as it goes, it looks like they're not being able to make it out there. I mean, obviously Jerd is an outstanding player. We all know that. That's why he's still out there. Moose has just come back. So it's whether or not Watson can really staple himself into this team or move on to better things.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of, I know you just mentioned it, but a lot of very talented EU players come over to the NA. Swanee was kind of one of the first to initiate that, and then Jerd, Shane, Moose, Gunsheet, that whole team came over. Watson, now we're seeing a lot of people kind of switch over, and some of them had success. I think they've been on not the best of teams, but I think Watson could maybe come out with a win possibly at MES. So. We'll see, but I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your top 5 for this event? I'll give you guys a chance to kind of think about it and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people talk in the chat. They're like, you know what, the top 2 teams aren't here. No one really cares to watch it. Yeah. I understand the top teams aren't necessarily here in the fact that Optic Denial phase, but it's like pro points are going to be such a big deal. And when it comes to Optic, who have already reached 1 million pro points, it's like we don't even have to go to these tournaments. Since we're already so far in leagues above everyone else.
I'm gonna comment on your pro points because I think I may be completely wrong, but I think MLG released a 10K this weekend, which would completely negate the MES. Which
really?
Yeah, because MES is a 10K series.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And, actually, let me check GB right now.
Because I presume it's because we're kind of at a 50-50 split. There is quite a lot of good teams going, but then again, there's going to be a lot of teams that... I mean, are teams even going to really want to play 2Ks, 5Ks, considering the beta is out?
Okay, there is there's an EU 5K series on the 23rd, which EU teams, please play in the frickin' GB tournaments. If you want to go to Worlds, top 3 teams, GB and GB Pro Points go to Worlds. And there have been EU Pro Point tournaments for the last couple weeks. Please, do you want to go to frickin' Worlds, guys? You're just wasting your time. I know you can make money off the Gfinity tournaments, but it's frickin' Worlds. Let's be honest. It's disappointing. So there's the 1K on the 21st, and then there is an EU 2K on the 22nd, an EU 5K on the 23rd, and and a North American 5K on the 23rd also.
Okay.
But there's not a 10K this weekend.
There's no 10K.
Okay, that's okay. That makes more sense. I mean, because realistically, I mean, I think a lot of players are going to opt to probably play the beta over knowing if they play a 10K, they're going to have to play literally all pretty much day. Because obviously at 10Ks you get the most signups, etc., etc. And especially teams like Optic Gaming, they have over 1 million pro points. They're not really going to be thinking, oh, our spot is kind of at risk, if you will. So I think a lot of top players probably won't even play in it, if I'm honest, if it was the 10K.
Wasn't there like 10K last week?
There was a 10K last week, yes.
Okay, I'm making sure.
Actually, who won the 10K? I don't even remember.
Like Denial.
It was Denial won the 10K.
Was Denial? Okay, I thought it was Denial. I was just making sure. I had like a thought in my mind, but but to get back to like viewership and stuff, like I know Optic and FaZe are gonna be here, but like let's just watch the event. Like I don't understand like what people get my like the top 2 teams are here. The tournament doesn't matter. It still matters to me. Like I don't know what it is. Like whenever I watch, I'm not trying to compare COD to CS:GO, but in terms of team wise, there are fans of what, like C9, there's fans of Fnatic, there's fans of every single game, and you'll see like it turn up like, okay, so we're gonna have these teams play, those fans kind of leave a little bit, and then another group of fans come. I don't want to see it to where it's like, well, Optic and FaZe aren't here, I'm not gonna watch this tournament because the 2 top teams aren't here. Like I'm gonna watch it because of the other teams that are at the tournament, like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th best teams are in the game.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't got to that point though, have we? It's just because Optic, I know, it's just so well established themselves as a brand with their YouTube, with their just personalities and everything. That's why they stand out.
Like
it's just I don't want to see it to a point where it's like these teams aren't here, I'm not interested in this tournament. Like that to me is like there are plenty of amazing moments that don't involve Optic and FaZe by themselves. Like
but most of them happen without them. In all fairness,
I just want to get to the point where it's like I know I keep saying this, but it's not where. These are the top 2 teams, which, granted, they're the 2 best teams without a doubt. Like, they've placed the top 2 in the last, 3 events. But I want us to still enjoy an event without worrying about what teams are here, even though there are really good teams being at this event.
Okay, well, Landon, I'm gonna cut in and talk a little bit about this, because the reason that we just don't get this viewership for small events like this is because we don't have those big names. But the problem is, like, these small teams that are attending, like we have Team Caliber, we have Envy, we have Elevate, we have Epsilon. Like Elevate and Envy are the only 2 teams at this event that have major teams in other esports.
Well, no, I understand that. I just mean like from the COD community.
And also, we have to remember the reason a lot of the viewership leaves when Optic stopped playing is because the only reason they came into COD esports is because of Optic.
Yeah, that's
the reason I kind of feel it. It's kind of a effect where they come with them and they leave with them, if you will. So, but I mean, as time goes on, I'm sure. Well, I hope it will kind of get to a point where more teams establish themselves. I was really liking Denial because they were starting to establish themselves. But obviously, they've had a couple of roster changes, and that's really the root kind of problem is the fact that you don't have personalities attached to certain organizations. Obviously, you've got Sharp on TK, certain members on Optic, and so on. But generally speaking, you don't have that. What means that people don't latch onto organizations and kind of go with them and their story and so on and so forth. That's what I feel. I think people more intend to go with the players and the rosters they're on at the time.
I understand that. It's just. And I understand what you guys are saying. I just want to see people enjoy a tournament, even though their favorite team isn't there. You just watch it because you like COD esports.
You got to give people a reason to watch, and like that. It's like
give them freebies.
Well, yeah, I know that. I just mean
you got to give people a reason to watch. And right now, because people just don't like Advanced Warfare and the beta's out at the same time, people just don't want to watch. So it's crappy timing. And it will still get fine viewership, but. If you want people to watch your event, you got to make sure which they have been doing a crap ton of promotion. MES's Twitter has been, MES is very good at promoting their Twitter. They're doing that correct. You got to make sure your stream's running properly. You have a good stream, and then you got to just get the teams there, which they're starting to. So we'll see. Like the thing is, if we just don't have a big org attending this event. Like, if we had, like, let's say we have Cloud9 attend this event, and they have many other teams in multiple other esports, no matter what, they have the diehard fanboys that will watch no matter what esport Cloud9 is playing in. And we just don't have that. We just don't have that in Call of Duty yet. And we kind of have that in Optic, but Optic's not in any other esports except Halo. And yes, the stream numbers do rise when Optic plays Halo, but it's not as significant. It's not a significant amount. So.
Now, for like watching Halo, you'll see just as many Optic fans as you will Denial, or as many fans as you will see EG. You know, well, Twitter presence might be a little bit different because of Optic.
I mean, we all know the big organizations like what we've been talking about, they're not probably going to come into the scene until we get the whole streaming issue sorted. Well, hopefully we'll kind of rectify in some way, because that is very evident. Like, a lot of organizations have latched onto Halo when it's not like Halo 2 Anniversary isn't the greatest, in all fairness, and yet you've got loads of good organizations in it, because obviously they know that if Halo makes a return, they want to be a part of it and so on. And I feel like if Call of Duty wasn't, I don't want to say restricted by MLG, but maybe was more widely available on different platforms, then we would see more of these big organizations in CSGO, LoL, and so on and so forth.
I gotcha. I like the conversations that we're having, because I feel like conversations like this help spark what, like, if there was never conversations happen, then we wouldn't ever be where we are now. Like, I like the chat, like being interactive and stuff, like talking about why they could have more viewership, why they couldn't. But, you know, I can understand everything that you guys are saying. I just, like I said, I just want to get to the point where it's like, and whether that comes with Black Ops 3 or not, where, like I said, we have viewership and fans from all over, and people just watch it because they like watching it, not because this team isn't here, like, if that makes sense. So I think what we're going to do is actually give our top 5 for this event to kind of close out our thoughts about the MES event, like we said, which is this weekend. 25K prize pool, which is amazing. I must say, I got to give a lot of props to MES. They've been really grinding and really raising up their prize pool. They have a really nice venue from what I've seen, and you know, they're doing a good job. I'm very supportive of them. They've been growing like crazy, especially, like I said, in the prize pool. They've gone up like
they are the
thousands and thousands.
They really are.
Basically. In a sense.
I can only echo what you said. I mean, shall I start off my predictions? My very skeptical predictions, if you will. So as we've been talking about, there's a lot of good teams obviously attending this event. It's very hard to predict. We've all gone with a top 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very hard to predict, because I've noted down at least 10 teams that could all be in the top 5, if you will. But I've gone with Elevate in first, Envy second. Kind of, I'm doubting myself, but I put Epsilon third, TK fourth, and then I went randomly fifth with Threes Up. Threes Up could easily be replaced by a Vanquish or a Dream Team after what you guys have been saying. You've also got Rise Nation that can contend, XGN, Stunner Gaming. I sat here and I was like, I honestly don't know what to predict, because I think, honestly, with the roster changes that have happened recently, with you talking about how good Vanquish have been doing over at Pacific, I don't know. I really don't know. I can guarantee you, though, that I think Elevate and Envy will be up there somewhere. Epsilon, TK, I hope, but honestly, there could really be some upsets at this event.
This is, to me, is like, I know it's kind of weird, but like not the lower teams, but like a lot of these teams, like the 4th, 5th, 6th position, are going to finally get those solid roles. We're like, okay, well, we're kind of in this range, and now we're in this range after this event. I think this is going to tell a lot of story about that.
And they have like a massive opportunity, because it's 25K. Like, we shouldn't be taking this for granted. As what you talked about and what I talked about in my video, like last year, UMG were doing exactly the same prize pools, and we were getting near enough every North American team turning out. I know that the scene has advanced to a point where now 10, 20, whatever K isn't really seen as significant, but it's really a big opportunity for some of these aspiring Call of Duty players to be in whatever league, to actually kind of earn a bit of money and realize the potential of COD esports going forward.
Sorry, I was zoned out for a second. I was looking at something really quick.
I'm looking at CODpedia right now, and I'm trying, because I have a few more team rosters than the document that you sent me, and I'm trying to figure out my top 5 right now.
I can go if you want.
Luck.
I can go.
You can go.
You want to go?
You could, yeah.
Okay, so my top 5, I'm gonna go in descending order, so like 5th through 1st. And 5th, I'm gonna have Epsilon. I know Tommy put them up a little bit higher. Honestly, I don't really know where they're gonna place that. Obviously, we're just doing our top 5 for right now. They are a newer team. Obviously, Swarney is no longer on Epsilon, and Parasite's kind of taken over, for the NA side of things. I like Epsilon a lot. I think they have a lot of talent. I really like Royalty's skill. I haven't really been watching them play scrims or in 2Ks or 5Ks if they've been playing. From what I've seen, Parasite's gotten along really well with Nagafin, so that's always nice to see. It looks like they have maybe some good chemistry possibly going on. And fourth, I'm going to have TK. I like TK a lot. They're just not a team that I'm like, okay, these guys are going to be up here all the time. Like I said, with the teams that we have, I could definitely see them placing top 4. I think they can beat a team like Epsilon since they are a little bit newer. TK might have that more solid foundation, I guess you could say, in a game like AW. So I'm going to have TK in 4th. My dark horse, I'm going to have Vanquish coming in 3rd. I think that they can do really well. I'm not sure how they're going to line up with Elevate. Elevate's a very, very strong team. I think that they have a very solid roster, which I think it's right here. It's Slat, Classic, TJ Halley, and Saints. Very good team. Very good team, which I can see doing very well. But my dark horse, Vanquish, they've done very well. Godorex is insane, as well as Profizi. The other guys. I think they're going to be a very surprising team coming into this tournament, but I'm going to have them there. And in 2nd, I have Elevate. And in 1st, I have Envy. I like Envy a lot. I have very high hopes for their roster. They have two of the best young players that we have in the game. Not the best, but like 2 of the top players in Aqua and also Octane. Very talented team. I think they can definitely take this one. I think they're a little bit stronger than Elevate. So in order, Envy, Elevate, Vanquish, TK, and Epsilon are my top 5. So
I like your bold Vanquish at 3. I think that's. I'm not going to say they shouldn't be there, because if you've seen their potential, I definitely can see that. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think this event is going to be interesting, very interesting to see how the organizations in the Pro League do against maybe some of the ones that are top AMs at the moment, because if they take them like too lightly, if you will, we don't know. Anything can really happen, especially if it's. I mean, I don't know what the bracket's going to be like, but I presume it's just like an open bracket. All teams go into one bracket, and then it'll be. I don't know if it'll be best of 3s for the first so many rounds or what it'll be, but it'll be interesting to see when the top teams kind of stack up against maybe a dream team, a 3s up, a Vanquish, etc.
I mean, these teams can definitely like surprise them. I can 100%, 100% see that happening. And I think the top 2 teams are, to me, definitely Elevate and Envy. I think those teams will be in the championship.
I mean, in a way,
I think it can go either way.
Yeah, I want it to happen. I want them to be a revenge or a stunner. I want that to happen because we're so used to the norm. We're so used to predictions of, oh, well, they're clearly the best team. Then it's that team, that team. I really want to see, like, just everyone be blown out the water and have, like, maybe, like, a Vanquish win the event or something ridiculous like that, because it sparks kind of conversation and hype around then the next event to see how they then perform. And then we see players kind of arise and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. And like you said, meeting like Pro League teams meet in AM teams, I guess you could say, in a sense. So, Goalie, do you have your top 5 by chance, my good sir?
Yeah, and like with every predictions that I do, I'm gonna say I'm not very confident with these predictions. I think Call of Duty is just so much fun to predict. So I'm gonna start off with 5th place. I put TK. I haven't really had a lot. I really haven't had a lot of faith in TK the entire year. It's and especially like I know they placed poorly at the Gfinity Spring Masters. They placed 9th through 12th, but they only played 2 teams. They played Liquid and Infused, so it's really not something to go off of. And like before the reset of the Pro League, they were in 6th place, and the match that they played, or the matches that they played, they're right now, since the post reset, they're 1 and 2. They lost to Envy, they lost to FaZe, and they beat Epsilon 3-2 last map after being, I think they were actually down 0-2 is from what I remember. But this team can have like sparks of brilliance, and I've seen it before, but only sparks. We haven't seen any fire lit yet. It's like we're reading The Hunger Games Catching Fire, and we're waiting for the last book to come out. I put DT in 4th, just because I talked about Watson earlier. I want to see how Watson does. King Watson. I want to see them do well, especially with them playing well in the online tournaments. I'm really interested to see how that goes. Obviously, they're gonna be on LAN and not in a team house. DT actually lives in a team house, so that's gonna be interesting to see their LAN performance compared to online. 3rd, I went with Team Envy. This is honestly like my least confident pick, because they haven't been playing well either.
Yeah,
like,
we talked about it pre-stream, didn't we? How Envy haven't like the roster they've got it on paper is actually quite impactful, but they haven't really been necessarily making that impact.
Like they're a beautiful roster on paper. You're absolutely right. It's just.
It wouldn't surprise me if Envy was in any of these places, really. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they were second, third, fourth, or fifth.
Fifth, fourth, third, second.
You can place fifth through or first through fifth. That's my prediction for you, Envy.
There you go, everyone.
Second place, I have Epsilon, NA. Epsilon. We've seen how Royalty can play on LAN. I know they don't have Swanee, they have Parasite this time around.
Parasite's good, man.
But Parasite's good on LAN. Parasite's really good on LAN in this game. So that's pretty much all I can say about it. Like he may be cocky, but he's good at the game. And then first I put Elevate. This team. I don't know. They're a god squad, or they're young gods.
Do you think they're better than Denial?
The way I look at it is, Elevate are all very good on LAN.
I think they have the potential. No.
I want to see them play. I was just curious. I want to see them play against each other.
That'd be a good game. Elevate versus Denial. I think it would go to last map, but yeah, I can see. Elevate would take it against Denial.
I like it.
Yeah, Elevate would take it against Denial.
You had Elevate coming in first, right?
Yep. So my first
Elevate
fifth.
first, Envy second.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. My first through fifth picks are Elevate, Epsi, NA, NV, DT, and TK. I'm kind of losing it, team.
Yeah, we all have we all have Elevate, NV, TK, and Epsilon in our top four or our top five. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
all pro league teams. So I think that's gonna kind of do it. Unless you guys want to talk about anything else with MES, I think that's gonna kind of do it for the show today. All right, did you get any questions from Twitter or anything? So are we good to just do outros? Or are we good?
We can do outros. Yeah, the show went longer than I wanted it to already. So
well, we just had a good conversation.
We did have a good conversation.
I enjoyed the show today. I enjoyed the show a lot today.
Now I gotta remember to actually render out the STiKS EU and this show tonight.
Yeah.
Upload them both to YouTube.
I have faith in you.
Okay. Hopefully.
I have so much faith in you that I'm gonna let you do your outro first.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have that much faith in me. Well, thanks for having me on the show. This was weird. I shouldn't say that because I'm not a guest. I'm the one who actually makes the show.
It's like your own show.
I just thanked myself.
You're like in the mirror. You're like, thank you for being on the show. You're welcome.
You just went like this. You're like, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being on my show today. Wait. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, guys, my name's Goalie. You guys can call me Matt. I run COD Esportspedia. I stream on Twitch. I'll be streaming sometime tonight after I get both episodes of the STiKS rendered out and uploaded on YouTube. We'll see how long that takes. I'll probably be streaming by 10 Central at the latest. Be playing with Landon, just having some fun, playing some video games, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you all have a good day. Tommy, can you say your outro, please? Tommy, can you please?
That's a really good accent.
Whenever we're in a call, this is all I get, guys. It's all like British impersonation.
Tommy, can you please say your accent, governor?
Oh, splendid, sir. Oh, jolly good stuff. That's it. That's all you're getting. My name's been Tommy, guys. I hope you did enjoy the show. It's been kind of a little bit relaxed, kind of just sit back. Thank you for everyone that's kind of posted in the chat and kind of interacted with one another and everything. As I said, my name's been Tommy. You can catch me on the YouTubes. I post daily content to do with esports. That video you saw at the start was actually kind of a little video I did and constructed. It was kind of regretful afterwards because I was very wet, it's fair to say, but it was kind of enjoyable and something funny, and I hope you did enjoy it. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you very, very soon. And I'm going to go to bed.
What time is it where you are?
It is approaching, well, it's 29 minutes to 12. Midnight. Oh. So it's half 11.
So, okay.
Tommy's on the grind.
Basically.
I do appreciate Tommy for being on. But guys,
that's good.
It's been your dude, your bro, your pal, your ally, and then it's been Landon, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the STiKS. And thank you to Tommy and Goalie for being on. Kingdom for not. We'll be talking later. We'll talk about it. I'm sure he's on Twitter somewhere, and we'll probably be playing with him probably on stream tonight. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Anyone who was in the chat, we really do appreciate it as I hit my mic. STiKS fam, really appreciate you guys' support. Everyone on YouTube, guys, thank you so much for the subscribers that we've gotten, the subscribers on stream as well. We really do appreciate it. We will be switching a couple things up, which we hope that you guys will enjoy in the future. So that's really just about it. I going back to myself. I do YouTube. I stream. That's about it.
He casts. He's at events.
I'll be
He's
casting
amazing.
soon. Thank you, Tom. That's really nice of you.
I just had to put that in at the end.
I appreciate that. I'm getting on that. That works for me. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You can end.
bye.
No, you know those codes. You know those things right below you,
Yeah.
Landon. You know,
Things, them sponsors.
I'm pointing at them right now. Can you please say something about them?
It's like,
I can say something.
Okay.
The other day I got a SCUF controller and I was like, I'm gonna buy this thing. I don't know how it's gonna work. I hear really good things about SCUF. Obviously they're our sponsor. I personally didn't have a SCUF, and then I was like, I'm gonna buy one. 2 weeks later, which is very, very quickly for SCUF, it's in the mail. I did an unboxing on my channel, not shouting out my channel, but I did one, and I'm a big fan of the SCUF. It's a little bit hard to get used to, I admit, because I'm not a person who's used to having a SCUF. But here's my SCUF. I got it. I paid for it, obviously. I used the code STiKS, which you guys can do to get 10% off all your controllers. And we really do appreciate SCUF. I'm not just saying this because, to add and stuff, but they really do make great products. We really do appreciate their support, giving us a code and whatnot. I think in Black Ops 3, it's going to be a very, very big deal to have a SCUF in some, in some aspect. Having controls, with a little bit of movement in this game, it's very key to have. So, with that said, I'm really happy to have the SCUF, and also for G Fuel, because I know me and Goalie played till 4 in the morning. We would not be here if it was not for G Fuel, and that's the honest truth. So
Goalie definitely would not be here without G4. He was hyper as hell before the show. I don't know how he's calmed down so much, but he was literally.
Might have been singing a little bit. Might have been singing pretty loudly. We might have recorded it. We might show it next stream. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
we got something funny that we can show at some point if the stream gets a bit boring.
Absolutely. But that's going to kind of do it for the show, guys. Like we said, shout out to our sponsors. Use code STiKS at checkout for G Fuel and also for SCUF Gaming. So I think that's going to do it. Thank you for coming out to the show. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.